first introduced to 3D printing when I had a need to produce parts for quadcopters that I race and build. I was waiting on components to come in from China, and I'd often have to wait a few weeks in order to get the parts, so there was a need for me to just be able to print and produce my own, which led me into building 3D printers and printing for myself. Housing is currently already being 3D printed. There's actually a case over in America where they have built a huge arm which prints 3D printed houses with concrete, which I think will be which will enable a future ability to create cheap housing whenever it's needed in case of an emergency or if there's a need for cheap housing. So part of the answer to that question is they already are, but as far as the technology goes, it's still quite new to the world. So in order to 3D print, you have to learn how to use a printer, which is still slightly complex and can be quite frustrating. I think in the future, when it becomes a much easier technology to use and it will be able to be used more like a traditional ink printer, then there's no reason why they wouldn't be available in everyone's house. Yes, it is definitely possible to print a miniature version of your own home, and in fact people do it. So my brother-in-law is an architect, and he liked and started the idea of printing little houses out for his industry to be able to demonstrate designs and houses that they plan to build in the future. Oh, that's a slightly tougher question because that's a big unknown. I think if 3D printing kicks off and they can produce those printers that can produce in concrete or are much easier to use on a commercial level, then I think that they have a really big place to play. But how long until that happens, I don't really know, I'm afraid.